to talk about motorhomes. Today's talk is going to be about my adventure with my grandchildren, my daughter, and my wife in our trip to Disney World in Florida. It's the first trip for the grandchildren, and we left from Mississippi, where my wife and I are staying in Newmar at our daughter's house, and we drove to Olino State Park in Florida. And I'll tell you about Olino State Park in Florida because it's on a busy road, 75, and a lot of people that drive to Florida are going to be going down 75. So I'll tell you about that next. All right. We are at Olino State Park in High Springs, Florida, and we'll just walk around because the entrance way here was a little narrow and the trees are a little low with the branches. So you can see the rain came and there's some significant potholes. And if you look down here, you'll see where the trees are coming down. They need to be trimmed big time, and that's just part of the road end. The road end is extremely narrow. You can walk around and you can see also the back end area here is real tight. This was really hard to get into for a big rig. My suggestions would be that if you have a Class A, I wouldn't take my Class A here again, I can tell you that. Smaller van RV would be fine, and maybe a smaller C-Class, but this was a tight park to get into, and the roads were really rough coming in, and the big issue was these trees were even closer up at the other end of this loop. This is Magnolia Loop 1. This is Site 28. I would not recommend it. Okay, that's it from Olino State Park in High Springs, Florida. Next stop is Disney World. This is the campsite that we stayed at. You can see there's trees in between. There's a picnic table in the back. Good area, a little tight to park. There's a Tiffin pulling in over there, and the trees makes it a little tight, but not bad. He's taking a few minutes to back in, but it's a pretty big size Tiffin. Okay, we'll go around and I'll show you a few more loops, but it's a really nice campsite. Showers, excellent golf cart that we rented. Definitely a must if you're going to get around the campsite.
Comfort station.
Hi.
We just took a shower just to show you how clean it is. So this is where you tap your magic band or car if you're outside the hours. Come on in. Good job, girls. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, girls, come on. Let's go play. Where are we going? We're going to the park? We're going to the park? Very clean.
Hey, bro.
Very clean.
This is Mike. We are now staying at Quiet Times Acres in Tallahassee, Florida on our trip back from Disney World. And this is a 9-acre farm. It's very, very pretty, very nice. There's 3 or 4 other RVs here. My photographer is scanning. You can see our daughters out there talking to other people that are traveling with their children. And this is a lovely place to stay. Rick and Frankie are the hosts, and they are exceptionally nice people. This is our second Boondockers Welcome that we've stayed at. First one was excellent, was in the Midwest. This is our second one, and we're just loving it. Here's the new air that we're dealing with right now. We have another issue that just appeared, and we'll talk about that later. We'll go down here, and this is the area that you're seeing around here. And there are the dogs playing. And this is where we're parking ourselves for tonight. Tomorrow we'll be back home and we'll come up with some of the issues that we had on the trip. And that's all for...
Did you have fun in Disney World?
I had fun in Disney World.
Yeah, Disney World.
Very
thanks.
nice. Very nice going around with the children, traveling with the children. As I said, we're new RVers full time, and this is the first trip that we took with the grandchildren, and it was an experience. Thank God our daughter was with us because the grandchildren do need a handler, and my wife and I, we can't handle being the handler. We've been there, done that. But Disney World was fun. And I'm not a Disney nut, so I can't go back every year. It would just drive me out of my mind because it's very crowded, and the rides were fun, but you had to stand in line a lot. And
it's a lifestyle, and some people just absolutely love it. Like some people like RVing. I like to talk about RVing. Some people get it, some people don't. That's cool. But that's where we are now. So tomorrow we'll be heading out. It's getting chillier. In Disney, we were wearing t-shirts. Up here, we're starting to get back into the flannel, which is fine. Tonight's going to be low. But it's a beautiful day, and we're doing well. Found out that the jetpack doesn't work very well sometimes when you get in areas with trees. But this fellow's got a Starlink, so I think I'll go over and chat with him for a little bit. We'll be back with you later. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, now that we're back home in Mississippi, I'll have to tell you what happened after we left our Boondockers Welcome spot. Actually, it was before our Boondockers Welcome spot. My wife noticed there was a noise, so I isolated it and found out that the water pump was continuously running. Well, we were in Disneyland, Disney World, and there was no problem with the water pump continuously running. So I'm going, what the heck is going on with the water pump running all the time? So I went to Noogle, which is Newmar's place on the web that you can troubleshoot. And I looked up water pump, and they suggested some things if the water pump was continuously running. So I tried a few of the things, and of course nothing worked. And the water pump was still running. So of course I had to shut it off until we needed to use water. So we finally got back into Mississippi, and I shut everything down. And the water pump, my wife said, there's a noise running, even though I know both of the spigots were off, because we have a spigot in the kitchen and a spigot in the bathroom. So I'm saying, what could else be making the water pump continuously run? So my wife said, there's a noise going on, and the water pump, I know both spigots were off and the water pump was running. My wife said, what's this noise in the shower? So I originally thought there are two spigots in my motorhome, and I both checked them, so I said, it can't be a spigot running. Well, guess what? There's a third spigot, which I had forgotten about, and that's the shower. Now, why wasn't the shower running? It's because I had the Aquameister on, so the water was just recirculating. So that was the source of my continuous run. I just pushed the valve on the faucet, and I ended my water pump problem, which was huge because I wasn't quite sure how I was going to handle that for a while till I went back up to Newmar. Well, that's just a little aside. It's always something that goes wrong in the motorhome, and you got to always be aware. And I thought for sure I nailed it with the two spigots, but completely forgot about the shower. So keep that in mind if that should happen to you. Thank you.